What's up, everybody? It's your boy Corey KGQ Saint back with another reaction video. This one will be another WatchMojo.com video. I haven't did one of those in a minute. When Talton Rick Sanchez, well, he made a mistake. Rick and Morty. Love that show. Very funny show. Season 4 is out. In case you guys aren't know, yeah, watch it. Watching it. So far it's been pretty okay to me. So far it's been yeah, the family's going more into such a rich guy asked Maury permission to go on adventures. That's how it was in the first episode, season 4. So anyway, I want to talk to him on this is I think a 11, 12 minute video. So I want to go and dive on into it. Hey guys, I'm going to say once again, you have any special requests, just drop a comment below. Let me know what you want to react to. On that, let's get it.
Even the smartest man in the multiverse gets it wrong sometimes. Hey guys,
Yeah.
Noah from Watch Mojo here,
When
and
he
today
was
we're
wrong,
counting
that's
down our
was
picks for the
mistakes.
top 10
Same
times Rick
category.
Sanchez was wrong.
I'm not Doofus Rick. I'm Rick J19 Zeta 7. Oh, is that the
He
timeline where
said that
everybody
one
eats
eat his own
poop?
poop.
For this list, we'll be taking a
like
look at
you.
the times Morty's grandpa Rick made the wrong call, underestimated a person or situation, or
Morty's
failed
mind
in
blowers.
some
That was
capacity.
that was a wrong call.
If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number
Sorry, I
10,
skipped over that.
Abradolf
No
Linkler,
copyright.
Rixie Business.
Oh, great. Who invited Aberdolf Linkler?
When it comes to scientific experimentation, Rick has never been one to let either good taste or ethics get in his way. This cavalier attitude is on full display when he's confronted by Abradolf Linkler, a blended clone of both Adolf Hitler and Abraham Lincoln.
Rick, you brought me into this world, a suffering abomination, tortured by the duality of its being.
Rick claims that Linkler is the result of his attempt to create a morally neutral superleader, but really Linkler is a walking, talking bag of yikes with all kinds of issues.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm half
that is
Abraham
a bad
Lincoln,
idea.
so
I should get on my knees and kiss your ass.
Well, no, but you know what?
Always at odds with his
Beat the
polarizing
brace
moral
out, you
impulses,
beat him
Linkler is a
bad.
mess and far from what Rick intended. It's really no wonder Linkler has it out for Rick.
It's weird because I definitely think that all men are created equal, but at the same time,
Okay,
Number 9, Take Things for Granted, Morty's Mind Blowers. In this
Yeah.
anthology episode, we're treated to a smorgasbord of traumas that were so bad Morty had them permanently removed from his memory banks. However, we soon learn that sometimes Rick has done a little cerebral editing when it suits him.
wait a minute. Why would I ask for that to be removed? Are the red one stuff you wanted removed? Ooh, that's clever, Morty.
In one memory, Morty sees that Rick thought that the expression to take something for granted was take for granite.
Really makes you think, huh, Morty? We should never take things for granted. What? I'm just saying, life's short. We shouldn't take things for granted. Are you saying granite?
It's a small thing, but funny. Rick never lets anyone else live down the littlest,
Be
most
summer
petty
man,
flub
stay
up.
out there.
How long have you been
Restore
saying that wrong?
memories.
Oh, you like that, huh? I bet that
That's a
really blows your
contingency
mind.
plan,
I mean,
that
yeah,
is,
it's kind of
yeah.
great.
That this sociopathic genius didn't fully understand an idiom related to gratitude, actually, considering it's Rick, we're not surprised.
Want me to erase it? What?
Yeah,
You can do that?
pretty much.
Oh, shit.
Number 8, 20-minute adventure, rest and relaxation. Rick's general disregard for Morty, his needs, and his schedule are the backbone of the entire show. A number of episodes begin with Rick just dragging Morty off, out of bed, out of school, etc., to take part in his latest adventure. All things considered, it usually works out and Rick is generally in control.
We need to go on a quick adventure. You said I could go to school today. That was before I needed something, Morty.
So in this cold open, there's no reason for the audience to believe that this 20 minutes adventure will be any different. Jump cut to a crazed space chase, a thermonuclear
That's the
explosion,
episode.
and
Yeah,
the
I
best
remember
freak out
the
in
episode when they
animation.
remove all the
So much
toxins.
for in
I
and
think
out.
this
That was
one.
pure luck. I was not in control of that
Yeah,
situation
pretty much.
at all.
So Rory had me weed this whole episode.
Number 7, Operation Phoenix, Big Trouble in Little Sanchez. Rick likes to play God, a lot, even with
Tiny
himself
Rick,
apparently.
man.
Taking a dive into youthful hijinks, Rick becomes Tiny Rick, a younger, more fun-loving
That
version
whole
of himself.
Suicide song, I was cringing
help
on
me,
that.
I'm gonna die.
I'm like, what
Tiny
the?
Rick. Yes, everybody.
This guy's amazing.
I love Tiny Rick.
At first, it seems like an improvement, until Summer realizes something is seriously wrong.
You ratted
Yeah,
on me. I'm
Morty
Tiny
trying,
Rick.
she's trying,
Fine,
which is
yes,
focus on
because
trying to
I
bang
love
get Jessica.
you, and I'm trying to save your life.
High school is my life.
Morty and Summer save Rick from dying in a jar in his lab, and he gives Operation Phoenix the literal axe. It was a huge misstep, and sort of makes you wonder how Rick could have miscalculated so badly that his life depended on angst and being the dude who brings a guitar to a party.
Thanks, kids. You figured it out. Well, Summer did.
Number 6, Evil Morty, Close Rick Counters of the Rick Kind. One of Rick's blind spots is his arrogance. So not only is he successfully, for a time, framed for murder, he's caught by the rogue Rick who's really killing off other Ricks. Or is he?
You alone have been going to the exact timelines and locations in which the murders occurred. What? That's ridiculous.
The point is, it isn't even a Rick doing all that slaying, it's evil Morty.
The evil
But Rick,
Morty.
as far as we've been shown,
He's a
totally
cyborg
buys
too,
that it was
'cause
this rando Rick.
Spoiler
And the
alert,
council ain't
TGS
gonna stop
episode
thinking it's me
is too
until we
late
clear
right
our
now.
names by finding the
He has
real
some
Rick killer.
wires
I'm scared,
stuck in
Rick.
his eye.
We don't yet know what Evil Morty's plans are, or what precisely
I think
his
he
beef
might
with
be the
Rick
main villain.
C-137 is,
Eventually, you're gonna
although
be
we have our
revealed
theories,
as the
but
main
it seems
villain
clear
of the
that
whole
Rick's tendency
series
to
that
underestimate
needs to be
Morty's,
taken down.
broadly speaking, is a big mistake.
Yeah, right there.
Number 5, Unity's feelings. Autoerotic assimilation. After a chance encounter, Rick rekindles the spark of an old flame. Unity, the hive mind.
You're guests here on my planet. You're free to be yourselves.
Hive
I've
mind.
never been any good at disappointing Rick.
At first they click,
Every time
and
I
Rick
think of hive
thinks
mind, I
that
think of
Unity,
Halo
like
song,
him,
strange reason,
is
like,
down
you
for
know,
letting the
Grave
good times
Mind,
roll on
that
and on.
being.
But it's not
I don't
long
know
before
why.
Unity
It's
sees
just
what a
the
terrible
first thing that comes
influence
to my
Rick
head.
is and how destructive his personality can be.
I realize now that I'm attracted to you for the same reason I can't be with you. You can't change.
And I have no problem with that, but it clearly means I have a problem with myself.
Rick is a genius, but in many ways, also incredibly emotionally immature. He didn't see her change of heart and mind, or minds in this case, coming.
Yeah,
Rick's not
minds.
used to being the one left behind, so when Unity leaves abruptly, it's such a crushing blow to his sense of self-worth that he's brought to his lowest point in the show to date. Number 4, simulation
I'm trying to
inside a
commit
simulation.
suicide.
M. Night Shyamalan's. It's not that Rick wasn't suspicious that something was up.
I'm going to work. Morty, good morning. Dad, good morning.
what the?
I am going to work. Goodbye.
That's my
All those
face
sloppy
when
little
I saw that
details sort
episode.
of gave the Zygerian
Like, they
scammers
made 'em
away.
both walk
One
around
might
being
argue that Rick was in
butt
control
naked.
the whole
I'm like,
time.
what the?
We'd like to point out, though, that while he had first suspected Morty was a simulation, he really was convinced of Morty's realness for a time. At least enough to be paranoid and get all knifey later at home.
You little son of a bitch! Are you a simulation? Huh? Are you a simulation?
But once he worked it out, he administered that old Sanchez payback.
Yeah, he set
You
them
know the
up.
old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Number 3, therapy. Pickle Rick.
Pickle Rick!
Yeah, I like
One of
this
Rick's
episode.
greatest problems is that because he's often the smartest man in the room, he believes that gives him the most insight, and that his interpretation of any given situation
all
is
that
always
to
the
avoid
correct
everything
one.
called
Due
his
to his
own
controlling
mini
ways,
adventure.
he's bullied his family into believing the same. When Beth brings the kids to therapy, Rick, who was supposed to attend, has a crazy method of avoiding the session.
Okay, let's open things up to the whole family, and let me ask this. Why do we think Grandpa turned himself into a pickle?
He arrives late, cynical as ever, but within seconds the therapist sees through him and eloquently lays his issues bare.
Rick, the only connection between your unquestionable intelligence and the sickness destroying your family is that everyone in your family, you included, use intelligence to justify sickness.
He's wrong about himself not needing therapy and about his family in so many ways, but perpetually refuses to acknowledge the problems.
You chose to come here, you chose to talk, to belittle my vocation, just as you chose to become a pickle.
Avoiding being
Yeah,
wrong
she
is
got
not the
him
same
this
as
episode
being
pretty
right.
good.
That's our time.
Number 2, wedding ambush, the wedding squanchers.
Greetings, this is Bird Person.
Oh yeah.
Inviting you to Planet Squanch for our mate melding ceremony.
Ugh.
When Rick and the Smith family get invited to the wedding of Bird Person and Tammy, Rick thinks it's going to suck because he's pessimistic about the institution of marriage and relationships in general. Ultimately, they go, and Rick even wishes Bird Person and Tammy well.
Bird Person is my best friend. And if he loves Tammy, well, then I love Tammy too.
Something he likely wouldn't have done had he known that Tammy was a deep cover agent or that they were, in a sense, surrounded.
Everyone here is under arrest for crimes against the Federation.
For a man who spent an unknown amount of time and energy avoiding the detection of the Galactic Federation, he was totally wrong about her. Just one of Summer's friends, right? He's even had Tammy in his house where she and Bird Person met.
F me for letting my guard down, which I will never do again. Jeez, Rick!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Cronenberging the world. Rick
Oh
potion number 9.
yeah,
Morty's crush on his
they had to
classmate
move to
Jessica
a
is an
whole nother
ongoing
world
thing.
because
In one episode, he asks Rick to make him a love potion. Total creep
first of all,
move there,
Lucy,
Morty.
Hey, there's no
yeah, I
dangers
really
or
just
anything
say
or
I
side
still get my
effects,
food
right?
job
Whoa,
back.
what am I, a
If
hack?
do
Distracted,
get my
Rick
shot,
doesn't warn him
I'm
about
not
what
going no
happens if
dance
the
out
subject
flu
has the
season
flu.
then.
I didn't realize when I gave you
I'm
that serum
still
that Jessica had the
it's
flu.
still not a word
You know,
where it's
that-
getting
that-
sick.
that might have
Here.
been valuable information for me,
Then.
Morty.
When the potion gets
man,
out of
that was
control,
creepy.
Rick throws together a cure, cocksure as ever. Except he gets it wrong. He tries again and really gets it wrong.
Oh, Rick, something's not right. Yeah, you're not right. No, ever. No, look, you idiot!
The entire planet's population, except those related to Morty, are horribly mutated, aka Cronenberg, named after body horror auteur David Cronenberg. Things are so desperately bad that Rick's plan is to bail and start fresh. You don't get much more wrong than carelessly destroying the world.
You gotta accept your part of the blame. I'm not the one who fouled up the serum. I'm not the one who haphazardly, mixed a bunch of nonsense together and created a bunch of Cronenbergs.
So what do you guys think? What was the most wrong Rick has ever been on Rick and Morty?
I agree
Let us know
with
in the
number
comments
one.
and be
He
sure to
really
check out more
ruined the
great
entire
content from
world.
Watch
That's what
Mojo
he
right
did.
here. Do you agree with our picks?
Yeah, that was pretty dope video. Once again, I agree with number one. He the rest of stuff he did, okay, but this one he literally ruined an entire world. Yeah, because he just threw stuff in the ando like that. Like, come on, you gotta be careful what you put in that stuff. Otherwise, catastrophic, which it was to everybody, the Cronenbergs. That's ugh. Anyway, pretty dope video. We'll react to another. I haven't did one of these Watch Mojo videos in a while. I'm going to keep doing them. I'm going to do more of those. Once again, any special requests, drop a comment below. Let me know what you want me to react to. Give a like, comment, subscribe. Have a nice day. Peace.